Big Four construction hazards. Struck by hazards. Sponsor: United States Department of Labor, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. Working Team: University of Puerto Rico, Medical Sciences Campus, Graduate School of Public Health, Department of Environmental Health. Members are listed below. Working Team: Contractors are listed below. Introduction. The following presentations have been developed in both Spanish and English for the construction industry. These presentations focus on the Big Four construction hazards: falls, electrical, caught in, struck by. All training materials will cover the four hazards seen regularly on construction sites and will focus on the methods for the recognition and the prevention of these common hazards. Struck by hazards overview. A. Hazard recognition. Struck by falling objects, struck by flying objects, struck by swing/slipping objects, struck by objects on ground level. B. Accident prevention. Personal protective equipment, material storage, proper material handling, work zone safety. Struck by hazards. Struck by hazards are one of the four most deadly hazards found at construction sites. This program will help you recognize common struck by hazards. The symbol will tell you if the situation in the picture is either safe or not safe. Struck by statistics. Each year, workers die from struck by accidents. During the year 2006, total deaths from struck by cases, 583. Deaths in construction, 119. Approximately 10% of deaths in construction are from struck by accidents. Approximately 10% of all occupational deaths are from struck by accidents. Hazard recognition. Struck by hazards exist anytime a worker could be struck or hit by an object. Struck by falling objects. Working or walking below elevated work surfaces may expose you to falling objects. Struck by falling objects. Materials being moved overhead expose you to falling objects. Struck by falling objects. Keep a safe distance from suspended loads. Store materials properly. Struck by flying objects. Power tools and activities such as pushing, pulling, or prying can create flying objects. Grinding and striking materials can create flying objects hazards. Air pressurized above 30 psi can drive oil and other particles through your skin. Struck by swinging/slipping objects. Do not work under loads as they are being lifted. Secure all loads and lift them evenly to prevent them from slipping. Struck by objects on ground level. You may be struck by moving materials. Heavy equipment can create serious struck-by hazards. All traffic on construction sites can create struck-by hazards. Workers in work zones are exposed to struck-by hazards from construction equipment and motorist vehicle. Never work near vehicle traffic without barricades. Accident prevention. A willing, positive attitude towards safety will help make a safer work environment. Plan your work and look for potential hazards. Each task will have different hazards. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Wear a hard hat if overhead hazards exist. Overhead hazards are, for example, falling or flying objects, or objects that you may bump into. Wear safety glasses or a face shield if flying hazards exist. A highly visible reflective vest will allow motorists and equipment operators to see you. Material storage. Secure materials so they do not fall on workers. Maintain proper housekeeping in all storage areas. Proper materials handling. Inspect all rigging before using. Never work under a suspended load. Stay clear of loads as they are being lifted. Proper materials handling. Never walk or work under a load. Never lift a load that is greater than the crane's lifting capacity. Work zone safety. Use extreme caution when approaching heavy equipment. Only authorized personnel are allowed to get in the work zone. If heavy equipment is being operated, always make eye contact with operator before approaching equipment. Never approach moving heavy equipment. When stopped, never approach it from behind. Always approach it from the front or the sides as long as you are making eye contact with equipment operator. Make sure you are wearing the appropriate personal protective equipment before you approach heavy equipment. Eye, head, foot protection. Traffic work zones must be clearly marked to make motorists aware of the work ahead. Use physical barriers to protect workers from vehicle traffic. Attached is disclaimer/usage notes for this presentation. Please take the time to review them at your convenience. Additional disclaimer usage notes. Please review at your convenience. Big Four construction hazards, struck by hazards. This concludes the struck by hazards module. The end.